I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Wednesday, February the 26th, brought to you in part by Zach Tran. Cattle and stock seem to be hooked together, and typically your stock market and the cattle do trend in the same direction, but your stock market has been down so hard early this week, and it continues to take cattle with it, not so much other ag commodities. But unsure why cattle need to keep going down when other commodities have kind of found some support and are trading kind of mixed to slightly higher. But that's sure enough the way it is. And, we came into this week on a friendly cattle on feed report from Friday. We thought that might lend some support, and this is before we knew how bad the coronavirus fears were going to be this week. But we knew we were going to have some pressure anyway, because Brazil announced over the weekend that they're going to start bringing beef into the United States again for the first time in a couple of years, and so we knew we were going to be under pressure there. We don't even know how much pressure that was, because this coronavirus deal has just completely overshadowed anything else and just killing our publicly traded markets. But like I said, most of our ag commodities have found some support. Hogs traded mixed, corn was slightly higher, beans 4 to 5 cents higher, and Kansas City wheat was 2 to 3 cents higher. So it doesn't make sense to me how cattle keep going down, but these other ag products have found some support. Look at your DV auction production sale report for last week. I've been liking to give those during this bull sale season here when we're really busy, but the bids that we got online from our production sales last week and through this last weekend, over 3,400 bids. Those bids totaled nearly $13 million. We had 946 lots that were sold in our production sales over last week, and the total purchases on those lots was over $3.5 million. So you think people aren't getting on online to buy their bulls and their replacement females on these big production sales? They definitely are. Look at your board for Tuesday. February live cattle futures down $1.97 at 115.02, and didn't take long for your cash fats to follow suit. April down $2.30 at less than 113 at 112.95. Look at your out fronts on your live cattle. They were down from 37 cents to over $1.50, and I'm not sure why out front they weren't down as much as the nearbys, because if things keep going like they are, you'd think they might be down the limit. March feeder cattle down $3.05 at 132.97. April down $3.47 at 134.12. Your out fronts on your feeder cattle trading from 85 cents to over $2.50 lower. Fat cattle trade, we did see some more trade on Tuesday. We haven't even got to midweek yet, and we've seen our market pretty much established twice already. But your live sales in the southern plains, if things don't change too much, have kind of established themselves at 115. That's $5 lower. That's a wreck similar to the Holcomb, Kansas fire wreck. $5 lower on a Tuesday as this coronavirus fears continue to overwhelm your markets. Your dress trade is established from 185 to 187, a lot of 186. But look at confirmed sales on Tuesday, 1,900 in Iowa, a few sales live at 117 in Iowa, and dress sales 185 to 187. And Nebraska, 7,500 head, 116 live and 185 to 187 on dress basis, and Kansas selling a few thousand at 115. Box beef cutout values, we saw the spread, your choice select spread, get wider as your choice was slightly higher and select quite a bit lower, but choice cuts on Tuesday afternoon, 207.47 up 40 cents, selects 199.90 down 247. Real-time index on DV auction based on an 800-pound steer in the auctions that we report, 139.51 down $1.27, and that's the first time it's fallen less than $1.40 here for a little bit. Look at your bigger sales on Tuesday. OKC West, the calf sale, they did have 3,000 head of calves, and guys knew they were going to be a foot lower. They still brought them in. Calves trading $7 to $10 lower in El Reno, but still kind of respectable on a bigger groups of the better calves. Look at this one string out of El Reno, 60 head of 552-pound steers, bring $177, and you know that's still pretty good. Ozarks Regional Stockyards, West Plains, Missouri, 2,800 head there. Your bigger calves and your feeding calves steady to $3 lower. Pretty good test of lighter weight calves, steers and heifers under 550 pounds, $6 to $12 lower. Your best quotes on your bigger steers were up in the Midwest, and particularly at Kimball Livestock Exchange. I mean, dang hard to get 140 on some 8-weight steers, but they got most of them in there. Look at these 5 loads I pulled out of Cattle Market Central with DV Auction out of Kimball Livestock Exchange. They traded from $139.75 to $144, and that's by far the best quotes we saw on 8-weight steers anywhere on Tuesday. Look at some other individual quote. Kingsville Livestock Auction, Kingsville, Missouri, 100 head of 606-pound steers bring $164.85, and that's the best quote I saw all day on Tuesday. That's your feeder flash for Wednesday.